Hi, I'm Larissa Lane, Product Manager for Distribution. Welcome to the 13.1 Kickoff video. In the previous milestone, 13.0, we met some major milestones, including minimally requiring Postgres 11 and defaulting to Puma for our web server. In 13.1, we'll be doing a combination of shifting our focus to some new major areas of work and also taking some learnings from the past 3 months and making some improvements. So the first improvement that I want to talk about is we've created an epic that has grouped together some of the learnings from bumping the major version of Postgres to 11. That's work that we have been doing over the past 3 to 4 months. And we've grouped some issues here that we'd like to work on. Some of these are scheduled for 13.1. Some of them will be coming a little later, but we'd certainly appreciate feedback on other areas that we might be able to improve to make the experience of upgrading the Postgres version even smoother. There are still plans to add support for Postgres 12, and we are still targeting GitLab 13.3 for adding Postgres 12. We have an epic open for that, and over the next coming weeks, we'll be adding issues in here to make sure that we can target what we need to target and deliver that on schedule. One of the prerequisites for adding support for Postgres 12 is to add support for Patroni. This is something we've been working on for a few months also. We're looking at adding Patroni as an alternative solution for replication and failover of the Postgres database. We've made great progress already on this. There is still some testing to be done and some documentation to be done. The issues are listed in this epic, and as you can see, a lot of that work is scheduled for 13.1. So we hope by the end of this milestone to be very close to officially offering support for Patroni. Next up is we've been doing a bit of work on supporting Prefect in the Helm charts. So Prefect is the solution for clustering for Gitterly to support high availability and scaling for Gitterly. Support has been added to Omnibus to configure Prefect within the Omnibus package. And next we'll be focusing on making sure we have all the support in the Helm charts to configure Prefect. This issue here is about documenting the developer guidelines for contributing to the Helm chart. So one thing that we see a lot of is we get a lot of really great merge requests to add features or support for configuration in the Omnibus, but not as much for the Helm charts. And sometimes there is a lag between adding support for something in Omnibus and then adding that support into the Helm charts. We want to make that as easy as possible for the community and for other teams at GitLab. So we have an issue scheduled for 13.1 to look at what additional documentation can we add to help contributors know the best practices for contributing to the Helm charts, and also build in some guardrails. And next, we have been doing some investigation into options for encrypting passwords that are stored in the GitLab configuration files. The one that we've heard the most requests for is the LDAP username and password. So we have, thanks to DJ, we have 3 proof of concepts proposed in this epic now. And in 13.1, we will be starting work on the first proof of concept. So I'd love to get feedback on this one as well. We have the 3 proof of concepts linked here, and I welcome you to add your thoughts on pros and cons of each solution that we're considering for this. Next up, we would like to improve our support for using KMS encryption for S3 object storage using the charts. So this issue has been blocked by some other work that we need to do. We still need to investigate whether we're completely unblocked on this. If we are, we will start working on it in the 13.1 milestone. If we're still blocked, it may end up being more like the 13.2 milestone. And finally, the cloud native installation is currently at the viable maturity level. If you're not familiar with the maturity levels, let me just bring up that page. So here it is under the about gitlab.com direction/maturity. This page will explain what it means to have a viable maturity level. And then as you can see here, the next maturity level after viable is complete. And the highest level of maturity for a feature in GitLab is lovable. So we've classified the Helm chart install as viable. We have an epic that defines what it would take to move it to complete. And we have a good set of recommendations in that epic. We also have this epic of what it would take to reach the lovable maturity level. And this is something we haven't defined very well yet. We are seeking input from the community on what you think it would take for the cloud native install to be considered lovable. And over the next several weeks within the 13.1 milestone, this is something that we would like to explore some more and get some more definition around what this might mean. So please, if you're interested in the maturity level of the charts or the cloud native install, take a look at this epic. And actually, sorry, this is the issue. This is the epic here. It's in the charts project, epic number 16. So yes, please do jump in here and provide some comments if you have thoughts on that. And that's it for 13.1. Thank you very much for joining.